Yesterday was winter solstice, the 21st of December. It is always, the solstice is the shortest day, and it's the longest night of the year. And the very next day, the good news is the sun is coming back. The winter solstice is a time when the light and the warmth of the sun seem farthest away. But the very next day, after the longest night, the sun is coming back, and spring is on the way. Here we are in 2012. What's this all about? This year is special among all years because it's the end of the Mayan calendar. Now, the Mayan calendar spans, the last period on the Mayan calendar is a period of 26,000 years, and that is supposed to have ended yesterday. People all over the world thought that the Mayan calendar ending was the end of the world. People have been selling their homes, changing their lives, expecting imminent destruction, most of it last night, even countdown to the very hour, and guess what? We're all still here today. And everybody who has any sensitivity to energy can feel the shift. Yesterday was confusion. It was chaos on the earth plane. One could feel these billows of discordant energy. Last night, a whole lot of things ended. I just summarize it in a nutshell with the terms of scripture. It was the end of the end times. Today is the second coming and the birth of a new age. The Mayan calendar brought to an end an enormous long period of history. The day after, a new age began, and it begins. And, all around I can feel the energy of absolute peace, of absolute harmony, of love, of connectedness, of healing. A lot of things ended. A lot of things have been ending for some time. The Piscean age of male thinking has been ending in the last 20 years or so. The feminine energy coming in. The end of our systems of life are collapsing. They're ending. The economies, the financial systems, they're all collapsing around us. That's what's scaring everybody. Because the Earth's ecosystems are collapsing. There's a masculine impulse that has dominated the world for a long time, is going. The great news is actually the patriarchies are collapsing. And the patriarchies have been in place for thousands of years. They're disintegrating and crumbling all around us. Something completely new is coming in. The winter of the human race, and symbolized by the longest night last night, is ending. And we're moving into our springtime, in the middle of the greatest crisis for the planet that the Earth that the human race could ever have caused. Lots and lots of things are ending, and it's not to be feared. The systems that we live in, the economic and the financial systems, our economies are based on ravaging and destroying the planet. They are based on conquering the Earth, an absolutely inappropriate attitude that's been around ever since the patriarchies came in. The destruction of the planet began with the patriarchies, when the women's energies were strong on the planet and the goddess presided. The Earth was not degraded. It came in with the patriarchies, with the war, with the destruction, with, how the whole male impulse works. Something completely new is happening. The feminine, the love energy flowing in. The birth of a new age. what that requires are, in fact, new principles. If everybody has been saying it's a new age, we don't know what it's all about. We don't even know what the old age was all about. But something has to change, and people have to think differently. And I say a new age requires radical new principles, and it needs fundamental thinking on everybody's part about who are we, and who am I, and what are we meant to be doing here anyway, and what's it all about, and who is the earth, who and what is the earth. Okay, a new age needs new principles. Let me give you what I think some of them are. We've talked about loving and caring for the earth. The first fundamental new principle has to be the way we think about the earth, because the earth is the real foundation of civilization. It isn't Wall Street, it isn't universities, it isn't the markets, it isn't all the things that regularly inflame and excite people. It isn't TV evangelists and the end of the world. The foundation of and it isn't the ruling families. The foundations of civilization are the earth. We have never gotten the earth right, and boy, we are now paying the price, and we will probably have to pay a price. We have to get the earth right. Let me propose the first new principle. The earth has consciousness, and every being on the earth has consciousness, not just human beings. Every being on the earth is just as spiritual and conscious as we think we are. And the earth is a living being with needs to be cared for, nurtured. And the hope for the planet, if we are going to actually bring love here, we could be doing what we were meant to be doing here, and we could be doing something useful for the earth. We have never, human beings, I cannot think of a single way we have benefited the earth. If we could bring love here and turn it to the earth and each other, I tell you, it would be an event of such significance through the whole universe. We could do, it wouldn't matter how many of us there are on the planet. If we could bring love to the earth, the whole planet could flower into the Garden of Eden that it was always meant to be. And that should be the aim and end of our lives. The Garden of Eden, to create on this earth the Garden of Eden, where we can communicate with the animals, where we can communicate with each other, where we can walk and talk freely with spirit, face to face. And so we need to rethink the earth, and that's my first proposal. The earth is a conscious being. Now, if we can bring love here, it's going to be because finally, and just in time, and the good news of these times, hey boys, the women are here. This is another new principle. Women, you read history. Every book that's written practically was written by a man. The rules were made by men. God was an interpretation by men. God is a great idea, and then the male mind got hold of it and used it to beat up other males and put down women and put down the native people and put down the earth. Women coming into their own at this time in our history, making a difference in the vote, making a difference in the way we are going to think about things. It's women's time here, and it's women's term. And if we can bring love in, it's going to be because finally the women are here and the men are listening. And the women are a power in the world, and they are going to be a power in the world. And the future of life on earth is going to be bound up more and more with the values that come with women. The male ways here have been aggression, wars. Whoever thought war could settle anything? The untold misery for people in the past. The values of the past have been bound up with the things that men value. The values of the future will be bound up with what women value: life, truth. We come out, and so I dare to say that it's the end of the fear impulse here. And the fear, the whole of human history has been dominated by the fear impulse. The male hierarchies that have run the planet embody fear. They use fear to control people, and our lives have been a tissue of untruths, falsehoods, deception, and self-deception. What do women want? We want a world based on love, truth, and the honoring of all people. Now the old system is going. It's collapsing all around us because its fundamental principles are false. It's corrupt, it doesn't work, it doesn't respect the individual, it does not respect life, and it does not respect the earth. And ultimately, the earth is not going to take it from us anymore. A system of life based on destroying the earth cannot last. And that's what's going. Don't be afraid. It's wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful, because if we're going to, we have to now think about the earth. Everybody realizes something's wrong with our attitudes to the planet. And so I say women are going to be a big factor. Love and truth. Could we live in a world based on respect for everybody, for love and truth? Yes, we can. Lincoln said another very interesting thing. Somebody asked him what he wanted, how he wanted to be thought of. And he told them, I want to be thought well of by the people, and I want to be worthy of being thought well of. Now, you don't hear that sentiment from politicians very often, but it's time. And Obama has reminded everybody that of what it is to have a certain human dignity. He certainly has it, and he reminds everybody that we all have it. And so I would say, with the women coming in, love and truth is a way of life, honoring the earth. You know, the male impulses here have functioned in hierarchies. At the top is some semi-divine male, like a pope or a king, and in the modern world, the CEO, who's worth more than everybody else. And then you trickle down, and what trickles down is, males mainly of various degrees of importance. And way down at the bottom of the base is the earth, the poor, ordinary people, the native people, women, and all the other little things that are little creepy crawlies of the planet that nobody pays any attention to. And now what's happening is scriptural. What's happening is that the base is rising up, because these pyramids are only as strong as the base. But these kings and popes and CEOs have been so arrogant that they've trampled their own base, and they've reviled these people at the bottom, and it won't work anymore. The people at the bottom are going to be heard from, and it's scriptural. Scripture is full of the first shall be last, and the last shall be first. That's what's happening in this age. Don't you kid yourself. God is taking a hand in human history. That is what is happening. The last shall be first. The stone rejected by the builder is the new cornerstone. That's how Jesus is described. The new cornerstone. The stone rejected by the builder is the cornerstone. The rich he has filled. The poor he has filled with good things. The rich he has sent away empty-handed. Everything that the high traditions of the male mind have celebrated is not real. The truths that we need now to survive here, the truths that we have to open our eyes to, are the realities of everything the great traditions have despised.